The editor that hired me to do Green Lantern Rebirth. We talked about it and said this is what Green Lantern Rebirth could be. He put a lot of faith in me when I was still an up-and-coming writer, and I owe him a lot for that because he gave me the opportunity where I could do this with Green Lantern. Without Peter, none of this would have happened.
Jeff had very clear interpretations of what he wanted to do with Green Lantern. He had a very clear idea because he understood the universe, not just how it worked, but how it could work.
My challenge was, if I was going to bring Hal Jordan back to be Green Lantern, I had two ways to go. He tries to redeem himself, and then the book's about a mass murdering hero who's trying to be a good guy again, and he'll never redeem himself.
And I had absolutely no interest in writing a story about a superhero trying to redeem themselves from mass murder, because that's not what Green Lantern's about. Green Lantern's not about redemption. Green Lantern's about overcoming fear.
So I thought maybe I could look at it a little bit more clever and say, well, what would push a character like Hal Jordan, who had never acted like that? What would make him suddenly go way off and lose it like that? I wanted to look at everything and find an emotional reason or something that we could relate to. And in the mythology, it had always been, well, Green Lantern's ring can't work on yellow because of an impurity in the battery. In the comic books for years and years, it was like if he shot his beam at a yellow sign, it wouldn't do anything. And eventually that was removed because it's, it's a little dated. And so I wanted to explore that a little bit. And in Green Lantern Rebirth, I looked at it and I thought, well, yellow's the color of fear. That's obvious. And I assumed that that's why they originally used yellow, as it was the color of fear. So I wanted to get into it more. And that's when I started to develop the Parallax entity. So Parallax became an entity of fear rather than an identity that Hal Jordan became. He didn't become a villain, Parallax, but it was actually Parallax, the entity, that took him over.
Found a flaw in him, a weakness, emotional weakness when the city was destroyed, and was able to exploit him and possess him and fester inside him. It's like a parasite, Parallax.
And so once I had that, once Parallax developed into that, and it was really the last piece, then everything came together.